Hello, guys. So, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this recording. So, for our topic this morning is we're going to tackle Module 3, Health Information Systems. So, in Module 2, we have look at health information system in the context of the health system, 'di ba? So, natutunan natin na it's an important building block for our health system. Now, we will focus in on health information systems per se. So, maraming terminologies kayong mai-encounter this time. So, we will give clarity to these terminologies. Next, we will enumerate 6 components of our information system, and we will focus again on health information management and informatics and what is the context in the Philippines. So, kung anong status na ngayon sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, basically, this concept, informatics, information technology, and information system, all of these are methods and system. So, hindi lang sila focus guys sa program, sa software, but the people involved, the procedures involved, yung SOP, what's SOP? Standard operating procedures involved step by step kung how these things operate. So all of these systems are for acquisition, processing, and interpretation of patient data with the help of knowledge from scientific research. So, example, sa BGH, it has 500 bed capacity. So, per day, 500 patients ang ina-accommodate nila, 500 different data, different lab results, hindi lang isa ang lab result ng isang pasyente. Sabihin natin more than 3, so 3 times 500. So, in health facilities, there is just the accumulation of data, and we need methods and systems how to manage this. So, anong purpose? Of course, to enhance efficiency para mas madali. Just like your school portal. So, the students of University of Baguio right now are around 20,000 students. Tama ba ako? So, with employees na yon, so to enhance, to facilitate the management of the data of all the students, kailangan natin ng information system. Ganun rin sa hospitals. So, to make it efficient, especially the healthcare delivery, improve accuracy in medical records. So, kung positive sila sa drug testing, let them really be positive, hindi negative. So, there is accuracy. Ang pangalan nila, yung pangalan talaga nila, not baby boy or baby girl. Boost the effectiveness of healthcare systems and decision making. So, we want to improve these health systems kasi nga ang rami nating minamanage na data and we just need help to manage it all. So, information technology is under informatics. Yan. Pero, sige. So, itong mga kumukuha ng information technology as a course, they study systems, especially computers and telecommunications, like cell phones, apps, softwares for storing, receiving, and sending information. What's great about information technology is kahit anong industry pwede sila. Sa teaching, sa health, ganyan. Because there's so much information to be managed. And health informatics is the bigger umbrella. Under health informatics, there is information technology, there is computer science, there is engineering and applied science. Okay, nagsama-sama dito, nag-meet, no, computer science. What? To manage medical information. And medical information could be from an individual, population, citywide, nationwide, regional-wide, ang rami, no? So, we need all of these sciences to manage health information derived from the health system. So, dito, Yan. So, health informatics, guys, is more broad compared to health information management. So, health information management is under health information systems. Dito, it's focused on medical records. Ayan. So, yung mga electronic health record, yung mga electronic medical record. So, yan ang health information management. Okay? So, individual related. Pero dito sa applied IT, sobrang rami, no? Database design, programming, analysis and utilization of patient and enterprise-wide data. I'll show you what an enterprise architecture look like or informatics look like. So, health information systems allows the delivery of accurate information in a timely manner. Ayaw na natin ng delayed, ayaw na natin ng obsolete data, no? That we want the data in 2025 to be available. Yan. Enabling decision makers to make data-driven choices. So, gone are the days that decision makers, policy makers decide based on their gut feeling, based on based on kung anong opinion ng constituents nila, sinabi ng asawa nila, but we want that it's based on the current data that was collected by DOH or whatever office. So, to make data-driven choices from the patient management to even annual DOH budget. Yan. So, yung allocation ng DOH budget, it is based on the greatest needs of the Philippines, diba? So, noong 2019, 2020, the greatest need is to combat COVID. Yan. So, talagang maraming funding yung napunta doon because it was based on the most urgent need. Now, since we are trying to enhance universal healthcare law, doon pupunta ang budget ngayon ng DOH. So, when the health information system is good, it upholds transparency. Yan. Alam ng mga tao kung saan pupunta ang pera, accountability, who handled the money. So, due to easier access to information. So now, let's go to the 6 components of HIS. Yan. 3, kung input, process, and output. No? 6, kasi 6 yung under them. Okay? So in input, we only have 1 under it. So health information system resources ang una natin. So resources. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga ingredients natin para ma-achieve natin yung health information system. Kailangan natin ng legislation, ng batas, ng framework so that we would have a functioning health information system. At sa Pilipinas, yun naman yung maganda, marami tayong framework, marami tayong policies as our guide, no? So, minsan, may disconnect na may policies pero yung implementation, doon nagkukulang. Anyway, here, I'll show you RA 11223, our Universal Healthcare Law, Section 36, Health Information System. So, there is a designated section sa Universal Healthcare Law about Health Information System. And on Section 36, sabi niya, all health service providers and insurers are required to maintain a health information system. Yan. On the different activities in their facilities. Diba? It's a requirement according to the law. No? So, yung implementation na lang ang kulang dyan. So, DOH and PhilHealth in consultation with the DICT and NPC, paki-search kung anong ibig sabihin nitong mga government agencies na to make guidelines on the scope and standards of electronic health records and the different information systems that could be used in the facilities. Yan. Kailangan may scope and guidelines, no? Napakahalaga nan kasi who will have access on the very important information that would be collected from the different facilities. Yan. Sino ang may karapatang maka-receive nan, how often, and how urgent. Yan. So, kailangan ng legislation, kailangan ng batas, ng framework to make an HIS happen. What else? It needs people, trained personnel, financing, yan. Kailangan siyempre laanan ng budget, yan. Kayo, may baon kayo araw-araw, nilalaanan kayo ng budget kasi mahalaga yung pag-aaral nyo. Logistic support, there is a team behind you to make HIS happen, the payment of Wi-Fi, subscriptions of the different software, information communication technology, software, hardware, data, personnel, and coordinating mechanisms like networks and partnership. So, yun, sana syempre sa facilities, we want DOH also have access to our data. Parang ganon, or LGU, sino man ang kailangan may access sa mga data natin. So, number 2 is your processes. Under it, meron tayong tatlo. Okay? So, to monitor programs, we need indicators. Indicators are your targets or goals of the program. And it is used to track the progress. So, example, ang indicator ko sa classroom is attendance. So, red flag na yan pag bumababa ang attendance, punctuality. Number 3, kung pumapasa sa quiz. Yan. Those are my 3 indicators in the classroom. Here, this is an example of a program indicator for HIV. Yan. So, fresh na fresh to, very timely. So, from April to June 2025, here are sample indicators ng HIV. So, good naman kasi last quarter, ang cases per day natin is 57 from January to March. But now, bumaba ng 2 cases, no? Naging 55 cases per day from April to June. So, meaning 1 to 2 Filipinos contracts HIV per hour. So, intindi, no? Yan. It's so alarming. 4,979 in the 3 months, 5K ang nagkaroon ng HIV sa Pilipinas. And most of the age group that is affected is from ages 25 to 34, no? Ang babata. At next, yung mga age nyo. So, 34% from 15 to 24 years old. Yan. So, these indicators are used to track the progress of our HIV program. So, meron tayong may goal sana 95, 95, 95. So, first 95 is 95% sana would be tested in the Philippines, would be tested and diagnosed. 95% sana ng mga positive matest. So, as of now, 57% pa lang out of 95 ang na-test natin. Sana lahat ng mga person living with HIV would be on treatment. And the treatment is called ART, antiretroviral therapy treatment. This is free. So, 66% pa lang ang sa mga HIV positive ang nagpapa-treat. And sa lahat ng mga may HIV, sana 95% ang masuppress yung viral load nila. So, we're hoping na hindi na bumaba yung T cells nila, T helper cells nila, or CD4 cells. Yan. So, out of 95%, 47% pa lang ang 47% ang bumaba na ang HIV viral load. Yan. So, kumbaga, effective sa kanila yung gamutan. Yan. So, itong third na 95, ito yung may pinakamababa. Okay, so yan, that's a sample of program indicator. And yun, that's our gauge kung na-achieve na natin yung goal ng program. Okay, so next is data sources. So, ito, example ng data sources are census, population base, census ng PSA, civil registry, ilan ang nagpapakasal, ilan ang nanganganak, ilan namamatay, population surveys, ilan ang tao sa Baguio City, sa NCR, and so on. Institution-based, so yung mga nakokolekta nila sa rural health unit, sa medical dental clinic, resource records, service records, and individual records. So that's letter B, no? Our data sources. So data management naman, ito po yung ito na yung mga processes natin. What are the SOP on collection? Yan, what do we collect? Kailangan ba natin collect yung SSS number, TIN number? Is it related to health? How long do we store data? Yung mga rules and regulation natin for quality assurance, who checks kung tama yung nai-input sa mga information system, compilation, reports, consolidation. So that's processes. So what other mga resources, resource elements natin? So ano ba yung mga kinukuha natin sa mga data sources? So demographic data, facts about the patient, age, name, address, administrative data information coming from the health institution, um, ah, saan sila nagpa-ospital, anong hospital ID, sinong mga, um, physician nila, attending physician, health risk information. So, 'di ba maganda 'tong mga information na 'to. These are usually collected from primary healthcare facilities, health status, what's the diagnosis, patient medical history, current medical management. So, is there an ongoing disease on the patient, or is there a chronic disease, and outcomes? So the aftermath of the patient status, are they fit to work already? So on. Okay. So ang raming pwedeng i-analyze sa information system, no? Everything, all of this are needs, no? Um, outbreak, how many are being disabled every day. Ang rami kasing type of disability, psychological disability, physical disability, cancer, health inequities in terms of determinants, um, where the patient go to work, where they go to school, where they play affects their health. So ito rin, good information na rin to analyze further their health status. So yun ang ibig sabihin ng determinants, factors that affect health, their occupation, and so on. Kung saan sila nakatira, informal housing ba, sa subdivision, and finally, output. No, we have to. Our hope for the information system is it will be turned into products. So the data will become information that could be disseminated to policy makers, to Facebook, DOH, yung Facebook ng DOH, sa tulad nung pinakita ko kaninang output sa HIV, no? Ang ganda-ganda, ang dali maintindihan, no? And very timely that we could already discuss it in the classroom. Diba? That's our hope for the information that is produced by the information system, that it will be used for decision making by administrators, doctors, and so on. So, what's the current status of the information system in the Philippines? So, the ideal goal of an information system is it brings together all relevant partners. Ang raming actors involved, 'di ba? Yung mga programmers, from the technical aspect to the administrative aspect to the policymakers to BBM, to ensure that users of health have access to reliable, authoritative, credible, usable, understandable, comparative data, which will result to a responsive and equitable health system. Di ba, diniscuss na natin itong mga term na to? Responsive, yan. Response to the needs of the community. Equitable, making sure that the marginalized, the vulnerable are given a chance to participate in the health system. Ayan. So, in relation to informatics, si DOH meron naman siyang DOH Enterprise Architecture, or if you want to be specific, Health Enterprise Architecture. So, this is the blueprint to understand the complexity of the digital health system. So, may guide naman po ang DOH how to implement the information system, no? Ano na lang, may guide na, may framework na, may input na, may HIS resources na, no? Implementation na lang kulang. So, this is a collection of database, standard sets, storage of data, consolidation and analysis and provision of reports, from collection to storage to consolidation, compilation of the information from the different regions, different provinces, and eventually making a report out of it. And it should also assess the information needs of the different health sector groups, no? So, para ma-achieve ni HIV natin yung mga HIV results, nakita nyo naman yung mga information needs niya, di ba? Kung ilan ang nagpa-positive sa HIV, ilan ang natetest ng HIV, ilan ang nagpapatreat sa HIV. So, the objectives of our enterprise architecture is to consolidate all the health data. Ayan. So, you need a process to do that. Interoperability, the ability to be able to coordinate, coordinate all the different information systems into one. Ganon. Increase accountability and ownership of data information, that each office will ensure that they are collecting data and they are releasing correct data. Harmonization, harmonize and optimize processes and workflows to achieve integrated healthcare. Kindly search anong pagkakaiba ng interoperability and harmonization, because we will encounter these two terms. Tangible reference, that the systems are compliant based on sa mga laws ng universal healthcare or implementing rules and regulation, and standardized. So, ang mga framework ang mag-guide nito. And these are the guiding principle of our DOH enterprise architecture. Ito yung mga goal nila, at ito rin yung gusto nating makita sa information system natin. People-centric, that the information will be usable for the people, it's user-friendly. Function-driven, offices' perspectives will have greater and long-term value. Data-driven, data can be delivered when, where, how it is needed to support users. Standards-driven, it is compliant to all the regulatory frameworks. Interoperability and reusability. Resilient, yeah. It's stable, it's robust, compliant, ownership-driven. When we say they have ownership, they feel like they are responsible. they are accountable pag sinabi nating someone has ownership to it. And security driven. Yan. So, based on the data privacy laws of the Philippines, so it still aligns sa mga ethics at saka guidelines when it comes to managing data. So, EA is a blueprint. It's a guide para mas ma-improve, para makita natin kung sino yung mga partners natin when it comes to having an information system. So, ang raming users ng information system sa Pilipinas, andito sila purchasers, producers, distributor, financial services, healthcare providers, academe, yan. So, ang raming laman nito, application. So, lahat ng mga information na na-collect, it is on a web service. It could contain the frontline services, regulation, pharmacy, community-based, disease registry, health finance, HR, environmental monitoring, diagnostic services, yung may ganyan tayo sa Baguio, health service delivery, health supply chain, management of the different materials in the hospital, emergency response. Marami, no? It's a blueprint, it's a guide, kaya nga architecture eh. So, to understand the complexity of the digital system of the Philippines. And so meron na tayong framework, no? So dito dito yung mga guide ng DICT, KMITS, I'll show you KMITS ito. KMITS is Knowledge Management and Information Technology Service of the DOH. So this office is responsible for developing the Philippine health sector enterprise architecture, okay, to guide the digital transformation of the Philippine healthcare system. So, kung merong HFSRB, Health Facility Service Regulatory Bureau, taga-license ng mga laboratory, to license, to standardize the digital landscape of health facilities, meron tayong KMITS. Yan. Meron tayong Joint Administrative Order. So, ito na yung status no, ng EA as of 2022. So, naghahanap ako ng update ng 2025. Ewan ko kung na-implement na nila. So, they have made a guideline on the implementation and maintenance of an integrated health information system. Diba sa Universal Healthcare Law, we have Section 31 or 36? 36 yung pinakita ko. So, now, paganda na yung mga guidelines, specific na sila ng pa-specific. Yan. No, kulang na lang implementation. So here, yan are the challenges in health information management. Yan. We want to improve the standards, 'di ba? Ito naman yung mga guiding principles ng ng enterprise architecture. Improve the quality. Yan. 'Di ba? Quality is under processes. Yan. So under the data management. Yan. So how to enhance quality, yan, ayusin pa natin yung pagma-manage ng data. Lack of plantilla position for system development, maintenance, and technical support. So, in the government, kailangan ng mga paid permanent positions to maintain this, to standardize the digital landscape in DOH. So, at least may KMITS na, diba? Dati walang ganun. So opportunities, recognition and adoption of the enterprise architecture, emerging, ina-adapt naman na nila, no? I'm excited to see the next steps. There are emerging technologies and nag-improve na daw yung harmonization, yeah, and interoperability. So I'll just to finish this discussion, I have two other information system na hindi ko pa na-discuss. We have RxBox. Pag may RxBox, ito, kompleto siya. May tablet, may pulse oximeter, thermometer, tachometer, ECG. Yan. So, itong mga to, itong RX box, dinadala to sa mga far-flung areas where there is no doctors. So, the barangay health worker will just attach this sensors from ECG, oximeter, and it will send signals to the tablet and will send it to doctors to Philippine General Hospital. So from Palawan, dadala yung matatransmit through EMR like cheats, yung signals from the RX box. Tapos i-analyze. Magbibigay ng advice yung mga doctors from Philippine General Hospital. So this is good for municipalities na walang doctor currently. Yeah. So this is a biomedical device and an electronic medical record system and telemedicine in one. No, 3-in-1 siya. Yan. So, ang raming pwedeng makakuha ng fetal heart rate, monitor, and so on. So, it's developed by UP and DOST. It reduces the overall cost of healthcare. And black box system. So, I'm reading around and I think this is still used by LGUs. So, this is a management information system for public health programs, vital statistics, mortality, and notifiable disease of the Philippines. Yan. So, yung mga information system natin, yan, perhaps black box system yung provider. It routinely collects data from the Field Health Services Information System and so it collects data para saan? Ayan, para ma-access ng mga regional health office, provincial health office, district, yung mga LGU basically, no? So all of the information are accessed by the LGU. They are used to either understand emerging trends and health concerns in their area. Black box. So that's it for now. Thank you for listening and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.